Welcome to Street Startups, the innovative podcast for those who are looking to use their skills and talents to start successful businesses. Join us for each episode as we introduce you to successful community-based entrepreneurs and discuss the strategies necessary to launch your startup. Join startup strategists Tracey Syphax and C.J. Meenan to learn more about what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur in your community.
Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Street Startups. I'm here, as always, with my partner, Tracey Syphax. How are you, partner?
I'm doing great, CJ. Great to be back. Always great when we can get together and get on the air. I see you got the memo. It is black shirt, black glasses tonight.
I'm ready. As always.
Recap night.
I got my drip.
Yes, you do. Love it. Yeah, so this is our recap night. We get an opportunity, season 3, episode 2.
Can you believe it?
Opportunity to recap 2023 and all the great things we've been doing. You know, I really miss, CJ, these opportunities when we get to come on the air, and I am really looking forward to us doing a free Zoom and a free opportunity for folks to come on board and ask questions. So interacting with future entrepreneurs, hearing their dreams, hearing their stories. This is what we do here at Street Startups. So I just love it and glad to be back.
I agree. And these are some of our most popular episodes, right? When we hear from our fans, and they're always saying, hey, when are you and Tracey going to get on and talk about a subject again? So listen, after our amazing kickoff with Deja and the bakery, we just thought this would be a great way to bring folks up to speed with what we've been happening, because so much has happened since we last were on the air. So Tracey, I know you've been thinking about this and getting a list ready. Why don't you kick us off and give folks really the first item on our updates for what we've been doing?
Yeah, listen, man, it's a long list. It's a long list, CJ. One thing about us and one thing I love about when two entrepreneurs get together, so many things happen throughout the year, not just in our lives, period, in our separate businesses, but what we do together. And I think it's so important that we get this opportunity to share those things, because we don't get opportunity to talk. I say it all the time. I'm gonna have to start doing lives more because I don't have time to post. I don't have time to type all the things that we're doing. And so I may end up start doing a lot more lives, but let's kick it off. Listen, for the first time in New Jersey history, 2023, we had the great opportunity. And for me, as a formerly incarcerated individual, one who actually sat in those seats, we had a great opportunity this year to graduate over 50 incarcerated inmates in the Jersey Department of Corrections here in New Jersey that have graduated from our entrepreneurship program, that have went through our 8-week program, knocked it out the park, cleared the hurdles, did everything they need to do to create their startup plan and graduated. So super excited about that for sure, because once again, we're making history here in New Jersey with these type of programs that we're bringing to incarcerated individuals. So that was one thing that we can say, CJ, history, once again, partner, it's always great working with you because you are a history-making guy. So that's one thing we can put on the books. We did that this year. So New Jersey DOC, that's one, CJ. I'm going to turn it back over to you, partner.
That's great, Tracey. I was thrilled for that. That was amazing. I know you worked hard on that. I was in the room with you as you negotiated with all the powers that be in the DOC. One of the most poignant moments was sitting in the cafe where you had worked while you were incarcerated.
It's an inmate, yeah.
We were negotiating the deal to come back and have you come back as an instructor. I almost cried when the head of DOC turned to you and said, oh, have you ever been here to our restaurant before? And you looked at it and said, yeah, I used to work here.
He served y'all.
Fell out of my chair. It was one of the most powerful moments I've ever experienced, right? If you ever want to see
God just has a way of turning a mess into a message, CJ.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And sort of that led us right into the next groundbreaking moment we had with the DOC here in New Jersey, was bringing entrepreneurship programs to the women at the Edna Mann facility here, which That had never happened before.
Yes. Yes.
And so we had 15, was it 15 women at Edna Man who crushed it and took the course, went through the entire program, identified businesses, developed marketing plans, completed their startup plans, and went through the entire process, presented to the group, and then got to go through graduation with us. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. In fact, the card that they wrote at the end of course and sent to me is over here on my shelf right here in the office.
Yes.
Just such a very, very special program. So on my list, that was number two. So
that was huge, CJ. That was huge for us to really to create that first program at Edna Man. I think that was a really, really great opportunity for us. Amazing women with great ideas. And one thing I love about teaching, CJ, is that each class has their own identity.
Yeah.
It seems like each class that we teach in prison, whether it's at Bayside Prison, whether it's at Southern Southwood Prison, whether it's at Northern State Prison, whether it's at Edna Man Prison, each class seemed to have their own identity, and it's just been great. So Edna Man was just another great opportunity for us that I thank God that we had the opportunity to participate in. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so moving down the line, yeah, go ahead, CJ, go ahead.
No, teaching moment.
Mm-hmm.
Out to the social workers at Edna Man, because they were the ones who really embraced, brought us in. And I was talking to one of the social workers there, didn't know that she had the power or the juice to move the resources to get that program in there. But she went straight to the top and said, we need these fellows to come in and teach this. So the sales lesson is, you never know who you're talking to out there in the marketplace. So always be ready, always be respectful, always be professional, always be on your A game. That's the lesson, right? Well, that's the lesson. So, all right, let's kick it off to number 3, Tracey. What do you got?
Well, number 3, 2023, number 3. I would have to say, listen, I'm in Trenton, New Jersey. City, you know how I love my city. I rep this city strong. Great opportunity to work with the mayor here in the city of Trenton, and the mayor has done some amazing work.
Yes.
Some amazing work around formerly incarcerated individuals, reentry programs for people that are coming home for prison. Because one thing that we recognize is that if we're not providing a safe space, providing opportunities to those who are formerly incarcerated that are returning back to these communities from which they come from, then they're coming back to commit more crimes.
Yeah.
So it's up to us to make sure that we're providing these opportunities for them. So great opportunities for us, once again, CJ, with our Street Startup program, to teach 25 formerly incarcerated individuals here in the city of Trenton in partnership with the city of Trenton and Mount Zion AME Church, who shout out to Reverend Charles Boyer and the great folks over there at Mount Zion AME Church on Pennington Avenue, because they open up our space for us to conduct these classes for 2 Saturdays. So kudos to them, shout out to them for creating that space for us. But we had the opportunity, CJ, yes, once again, to take on 25 formerly incarcerated individuals that's looking to go into business, help them with their startup plan, help them get started. I think one of the highlights of this program was that we had one of our students from Northern State Prison who got paroled. And this is where the rubber meets the road at, really, CJ, because it's only a handful and a small percentage. And we always have to recognize that it's only a small percentage that will follow through on their hopes and their dreams and really put their plan to work.
Yeah.
And sometimes most people do it 1 year later, 10 years later. Doesn't, the tools are there. Having the ability to see someone come home from Northern State Prison, get paroled, come home, get a job, and say, you know what? I'm going to contact CJ and Tracey. I'm going to enroll in my class. I'm going to continue working on my startup plan. Was just an awesome feeling. So got an opportunity to have one of our former students actually join us in that class with the city of Trenton. So once again, always great opportunity, great experience. Some experiences I just don't get opportunity to share on social media. So if I'm talking too much, I didn't get a chance to share this on social media.
Awesome.
Hey, go ahead. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, partner.
And listen, Tracey, I know you worked hard to make that deal happen. I know how much pride you have for the city of Trenton. So congratulations on that. I remember there was one day there was like 5 phone calls within 30 minutes back and forth to the mayor's office. And I said, oh boy, Tracey's on fire. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. So so good stuff on that one. Look, I think my next highlight has to be building off what you just said about folks coming home, right? Because we talked about this earlier, we've talked about this in other segments, but the power of creating opportunities along a timeline for returning citizens, right? I think we both knew that we didn't want to do something that just existed inside prisons for people. We wanted this to be real and ready and waiting for people when they got back home, right? So that continuum of service and support was huge. And what did we do? Well, we listened. We listened to the people. The folks said, hey, where am I going to get my startup capital? Where am I going to get that second round of funding? Where am I going to get stage 2 financing? Where does all this come from? And the other great thing to highlight here is friends like Victor Solana over at the Greater Newark Enterprise Corporation, right? And when we talked to him about this, Victor said, CJ, we can help. We do that for a living. We can put a loan fund together for returning citizens. And within 24 hours, the Phoenix Fund was born. And the Phoenix Fund currently now has $15,000 there earmarked for returning citizens. Folks can apply for a loan, first time, low interest, basically no collateral, low interest loan. Terms are amazing. I mean, I wish I had one of these when I was starting one of my companies. But the thrill is that it's there, it's available, it's real. It's, like a lot of things that we see for returning citizens. People come on and say, oh, we have this, we have this, we have this. And then when folks actually try to access these services, they're vaporized, right? They don't exist. This is real, the Phoenix Fund, folks. So make sure if you're looking for startup capital, a venture loan, it is a loan. If you're looking for a loan, contact us and we can get you connected to Victor and his team up at GNEC. So to me, that was just awesome work.
Yeah, absolutely, CJ. I always say that, one of the biggest hurdles and the biggest barriers that formerly incarcerated individuals face, and just entrepreneurs, we talk about folks of color, entrepreneurs getting started in the business, there's no rich uncle. I mean, there's, no rich uncle. There's typically no bank. There's typically no seed money for them to get started. And being able to provide this loan fund, and as you said, Victor has been a great partner. We send folks to him, we vouch for them. So if you come to us, we're going to make sure that you go to Victor. You're going to make sure that your business plan is tight, make sure that you're ready to present your business plan, because we want to give you the first shot and the first opportunity to succeed on your first shot. So we'll make sure that you're prepared before you go in front of Victor. But, that's one of the greatest barriers to this game is folks having ability to access capital. And if we can create that space where folks can say, okay, I know if I work with CJ and Tracey, I know if I complete my business plan, I know if I polish it and shine it and get it ready for presentation, that opportunity is there for me. And far too often, CJ, $1,000 to $5,000, that's, sometimes that's what folks need. That's what folks need. And and I shared with you earlier before we came on the air, I was just with a group here in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm not partners with them. I just send folks to them. My thing is I find formerly incarcerated individuals and send them to this organization. But they was giving out $2,000 loans yesterday, low interest.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay it back. But here's the kicker, and I think this is another lesson, CJ, since we're doing lessons tonight. Here's a lesson in that right there. Folks had an opportunity, and last night, real quick, tell you a quick story. The individuals last night had an opportunity to either take the $2,000 low interest loan. Of course, you can buy. They had a cleaning business. One had a detail business. Of course, you can buy a buffer. You can buy a piece of equipment or anything with that 2,000, or they can elect to take some pro bono services, whether that's accountant, bookkeeping services. Those things are available. So you had two individuals that took the loan, but you had one individual that took the bookkeeping and the accountant services. Yeah. And I just want to highlight that because I really believe that is so important, CJ. One thing you have taught me over the years is that you got to know your numbers. You have to know your numbers. And a lot of things that I've been able to do is because I've worked with you for the past 6, 7 years. I've learned so much from everything that you brought here. It gives me the ability to do a lot of things that I do today. So having someone that says, you know what, I'll bypass the 2,000, give me the accounting services, that's going to put him in position to make more than $2,000.
Yep. Brilliant. Love it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Love it. And I love the story, Tracey. Look, one thing nobody can ever say about you is that you don't give back, right? You're out there hitting the streets every single day, finding ways to give back and build strength in your community. So congratulations. That sounds like another amazing program. Well done. We got one more. Look, we have thousands of more, right? Highlights if we wanted to, but we because of time, we just have to keep it to one more. What you get the final one, Tracey. Go ahead.
I get the final one. Well, you know, I would say all right, I'm gonna take the final one, CJ. Yeah. But I'm gonna give you all the credit because I really believe it deserves in your seat. You know, a highlight for me this year, of course, has been on March the 3rd, 2023, when we acquired Booker's Restaurant in West Philadelphia. $3.3 million acquisition, 125-seat restaurant, 63 employees, amazing operation, open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're open now. I'm here doing it live. And I have to say that's a highlight, and I turn it back over to you, CJ, because I say this all the time. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I've been able to do a lot of the things I've been able to do over the past 6 years is because of my partnership with you. It's because I sit in the classroom every single chance I get, and I suck up like a sponge. Even though we're teaching together, CJ, you're teaching me also. So I get to learn so much just by being in the room with you. And I have to highlight that because I keep saying to all our students and everybody that I come in contact with who take our courses that you are that guy. You're him, as Deion Sanders would say. You are him. So, folks, if you don't know anything else, if you don't get anything else out of what we do, CJ is him. That's him right there. So if you want to learn about entrepreneurship, the 20 lessons of 40 concepts of entrepreneurship, here at Street Starters, what we do, at Reentry Ventures, at what we do, we have the perfect team. I have the perfect instructor working with me. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So highlight for 2023 is that I continue to work with this guy. That's it.
I'm speechless. I'm never speechless. You're killing me. You totally surprised me with that one, Tracey. Totally surprised me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. But listen, in all honesty, and we have to do a show on this. We have to do a show on this because the power behind Booker's is you and Cherie. There's the partnership in your marriage and in the business partnership that you two created, that you were able to go out there and purchase that restaurant, and you are crushing it. You and Cherie are crushing that. There's a case study in there, and we need to do it. So thank you for your kind words. But that restaurant is a whole other story that we need to cover in a different episode. So thank you. You really caught me off guard on that one.
You're my man. You know you're my man.
Look, you're mine. It's true. There's true love here, people. Okay, I want you to feel it. Okay, you can feel it. So thank you. Well, listen, we've covered so much ground tonight, but there's so much more ground to cover. Right? Here's what I've learned in all my years of doing this: we're never done. We're never okay. So we're still going forward. What I'd like is I know Jill's look, and we got to shout out to Jill too for our rebranding for season 3. Holy smoke,
Jill, yes.
Talk about crushing it.
Team.
Did an amazing job. And so Jill, if you could, can you get our emails, get Tracey's email, get my email in there at the credits at the end. And folks, here's what we want you to do. We're currently rolling out the model, the street startups, the reentry venture model across the country right now. If you're looking to bring these types of entrepreneurship programs to your city, to your organization, we're talking with partners in Philadelphia right now. We're talking with folks in our network all across the country, from New York all the way out to LA. So if you're in a city that you think can benefit from this type of an entrepreneurship program for returning citizens, just reach out to us. We'll get our emails at the end. And then you can find us on Facebook as well. We're there. Tracey's a rock star on Facebook. You can find him over there. So look, Tracey, what an amazing show. Thank you so much for all your insights and all your memories of the great accomplishments of the past year. Send us out, partner. Go ahead. You get the last word as always.
You keep killing me with these last words, bro. Nah, thank you very much. This has been great, man. It's always good to to look back on see some of the things you've done, even though it's not even at the end of the year. We still got another quarter to finish out, and there's no doubt that in this last quarter here before 2024 rolls in, me and you would have done some amazing work around this space, around reentry, around education, around entrepreneurship, around ownership. So listen, what I have to say, CJ, is that it's been a great 1 year, not even 1 year. It's been a great 9, 10 months, whatever it's been, of us working together and just making sure that folks have all the tools that need to be successful. And I think that's so important. I think once we do that, our job is done. Our job is done. We have been doing it for 6, 7 years now, giving people the tools that they need to be successful. And I get great joy out of this. I say I do a lot of things. Yes, I do a lot of things. The restaurant business. We're gearing up right now for the snow removal services again this year. So many things, you know what I mean? But I get my joy, CJ, and you know this. I get my joy out of what we do here at Street Startups and Reentry Ventures, because I think this is so important. This is where the rubber meets the road at. This is where we create our future entrepreneurs. So yes, great opportunity. So thank you all once again for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure, please, tune back in for Street Startups, because these episodes and these guests that we're going to bring on, you don't want to miss it. They're going to be banging. So all the information you need right here at Street Startups. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, partner. Great show. Peace.
Brilliant, Tracey, and thank you. God has blessed me by bringing you into my life as a partner, and he's blessed us by giving us this awesome mission to go out there and do together. Yes. What more could we ask for, right? So, folks, as we close out, I just want you to reflect in your life on your blessings and on your mission and on what your sense of purpose is. And hopefully we gave you a little inspiration this week to go out and fulfill your mission in the marketplace. Go get them. And we'll see you next time on Street Startups. Peace.
Peace.
We're taking it to the streets, from New York to California. Be sure to tune in for the next episode of Street Startups Podcast and visit us at streetstartups.live.